Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, today, I got a profile that I'm giving to you that I've been wanting to get for a while, but I was waiting for the ban list to come out just to see what would get hit. But yeah, Evil Twin Unchained, let's get into it. So, I play 3 copies of each of the sisters, except for the zombie one, because zombie is a bit too situational, and you don't really plus off of it. But this special summons this special summons this. Really good 2-card monster engine, plus it'll get you into your links, which are pop cards or draw you cards. It's just advantage. For the Unchains, I run 3 Ruhawk because it's your special summon. 2 Sarama because if this is in your grave or in your hand, you basically got turn 2 to recover and just kill your opponent. And then 1 Rekia because it pops any card on field. So, you know, if you have your spell traps, it'll just gain you advantage. Or if you happen to just get this out of hand, you pop this to get out this, which is pretty convenient. But you only run the 1 because it doesn't do anything else, and you have to run something. Then I run for big boys, 2 Unchained Soul, and 1 Disaster. The Disaster is a little bricky, but other than that, it's ridiculous because first off, he's thick as fuck, 3,000 defense, and then if you special summon him, you can link off your opponent's monster on your next turn, and generally, if any of these Unchains get destroyed during your opponent's turn, you just bring him out and sit on it. This special summons when a card gets destroyed, so, you know, free summon, 3k beat stick, and when it's summoned, you can pop a card, which is pretty useful. And if he gets destroyed, he comes back, so there's no getting rid of him. That's it for the main monsters. For hand traps, I run 3 Ash, because Ash. 2 Mourner, I'll get to that in a sec. 2 Bell, and 2 Crow. So a lot of 2/2s been going around lately. Honestly, yeah, it works, because then you fit in more hand traps, a variety. 3 Ash, because it's Ash. The Ghost Mourner has a Ghost Mourner has a pretty good interaction, because whatever you hit Mourner on, your opponent will take damage when it leaves the field, so if you link it off or pop it, burn damage, and that's really good in time. Crow and Bell, because, you know, Graveyard this season is actually fucking ridiculous. Also, it stops Call by the Grave. And then for our searchers, 1 Signet Mining for the Evil Twins. I don't run 3 because 3 is a bit too much. I'd rather see my Unchained cards. 2 Prison because 3 is too much. Sometimes I want to see my live twin cards. It's all about ratioing, but personally I like this ratio. So if you pop this too, it'll special summon. So you can activate this. If you have another one in hand, set it, pop it. Pretty good. Then for spell traps. For spell trap removal, I run 2 MST because then you can pop your own cards, which is kind of crazy. Twin Twisters is cool and all, but you really don't want to give up the resources. And, you know, this is literally free. Literally fucking free. Also, MST negates. Then, let's see. 1 Reborn. 1 Succession, just, you know, special out of the grave. The one, sadly, 1 didn't get put to 2 or 3 at the ban list for whatever fucking reason called Stop Hand Traps. For draw cards, 2 Avarice, 2 Desires, because drawing cards is nice. And then for the Unchained traps, Escape. So if it's destroyed while set, you can special summon an Unchained. Then it's also removal, and it pops your own Unchained card. So, you know, if there's 2 cards you want to get off the field, pop an Unchained, Special Abomination, discard, and then that'll pop a card on the field. This, because it's, you know, trap card, Monster Reborn, it's just useful to have. And most of the time, if you don't need it, you'll just set it and then pop it and get an Unchained monster. And then 3 Imperm. Imperm's good. 2 Strike. Strike is also good. I tried Judgment, but Judgment, life points hurt, giving that many up. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, the Unchains, I run 1, 2, and 2. 2 Anguish because there's a lot of situations that have come up where I just need 2. 2 Rage because linking off your opponent's monsters is kind of busted. Same thing with this, and this gets you into access code, like free access code. And then Unchained Abomination because honestly, a lot of people have a hard time dealing with this. I don't know why, but they do. And it pops so many cards, it's ridiculous. And then for the Evil Twins, 2 and 2. You don't need 3, it just takes up too much extra deck space. It's kind of similar to how, like, Frankids, you know, only run 2 Dodo, 2 Bow Wow. So, pink draws, and blue pops a card when special summon with the other on field. And then for the Nightmare package, I run 1 Griffin, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Cerberus. These two because it's generic removal and it's like 2, plus this can provide protection. Honestly, I think that's its biggest effect, is giving you protection, so that way you can deal with whatever issues you got to deal with. Cough, cough, Dragoon. Unicorn, good removal, plus it's a link 3, so you can, if you somehow go through your anguish or you're just in a situation where you need to get rid of something, rather than having to wait the turn, Unicorn off of Solar Ridge. And then, because it's dark. And then Griffin, because it's a fiend and big floodgate. Your opponent, special summon monsters, can't do anything unless there's a link, and so they have to get rid of their normal summon if they even have a link 1, and you can just pop whatever link summon monster. It really doesn't matter. By the way, these are all fiends, so because Unchained locks you into fiends, so keep that in mind as I'm doing this. Access code, because this you're always going to make during your turn, and you want this to be the first thing you make before you use any of your effects that'll lock you into fiends. Plus, you know, clearing your opponent's board with this is kind of ridiculous. It's also chonky. And then this, the Spice, so you can link off your opponent's monster. Of course, that's a big theme in this deck. +2, it provides field negation once it's summoned. So you summon this, opponent's whole field's negated, and it's also graveyard negation and 3k beat stick. So, you know. But, yeah. That's going to be it for the profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, notification bell, Team Big Plays. Links in the description. See you when I see you.